Even though we're in the midst of a pandemic, when it comes to real estate, the selling must go on. So here now with more on what you need to know if you are planning to list your home is Rizwan Malik. He is the VP of Sales at Sotheby's International Realty. Nice to see you this morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so let's go through all of these factors. If you're looking to sell your property right now, what should the pricing strategy be? How should you price it?
Oh, you know what? One of the main things I always tell sellers is you have to be realistic with your pricing. When it comes to buying or selling properties, buyers are looking off the same comps that sellers have access to. So it's very, very important and very crucial when you're going out to price your property that you're doing it in a way that actually makes sense. You can't just wing it and say there's someone out there who's going to pay me extra for my home because my house is the best house on the street. It's not necessarily always the case. So buyers and sellers both have to work off of relevant comps that make sense, and that's how you'll sell the property. Otherwise, you'll sit on the market, and this is not a market that you want to sit on for longer than 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month.
Staging makes a big difference. P.S. Love how you've staged your shot right now. What do sellers need to know about staging?
Thank you. Well, when it comes to staging and decluttering, in a time now when it's even more important, where people are relying more on photos and video tours and Zoom calls or FaceTime calls with their agents when they're going through properties, if you have that extra piece of furniture that makes your space look smaller, or if you have that coffee table that makes your place look smaller, get it out of there. I mean, let people visualize their own life, their own lifestyle within that property or within that home. It'll get your property sold that much faster.
As for agents, the time to upgrade the listing is now. How can agents elevate a listing?
I mean, we've been working with high definition, high resolution photos and videos for quite a number of years now, which has become the norm. The way that you can elevate it further is now with 3D renderings, 3D Matterports, which basically allows a potential buyer to tour the home as if they're in the home. You can get a whole 360-degree perspective. You can zoom up, you can zoom down, which is really, really nice. It's a very immersive experience, which is great. But what I also suggest is you couple that with a floor plan. Because if you have a floor plan, you're looking at some of these 3D renderings, 3D imaging, and the space still looks quite large and it's very spacious, quite nice. But if you have that floor plan that goes alongside it, now you can know exactly the dimensions of that dining room and say, listen, this is either big enough or it's a little too small. We need something a bit bigger. All that does is it eliminates the need for you to have to go and see that home, especially during this pandemic. And
especially when you can't get out and see it with the lack of open houses. Do you recommend an agent inspection first? Walk us through how that works.
Yes, I mean we've been using agent inspections for years and years and years, and this was basically something that we would do for clients who were out of town, who weren't in the city and weren't here to buy a property or to personally go out and see it. This is becoming more and more common for buyers who are maybe a little less open to going out right now. They want to make sure that they are absolutely interested in the property before they go out and take a look. So they say, listen, you are my trusted advisor. You understand what we like, what we dislike. We've seen enough homes together. I mean, pre-pandemic, or we've had a relationship in the past. You go in there, give us a Zoom call, and let us know, like, are we actually going to feel at home at this property? And if 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, if that is the case, then we'll do that next step. We'll schedule that showing, and we'll go out and have a look.
I just love all the creativity when it comes to home sales and home buying and selling right now. Rizwan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.